our light source is coming in from the top left, and that means that our shadow is going to be on the opposite side because the shape of this thing is blocking it, right? So if the light source is on the top left, then the shadow is going to be on the bottom right. And so at a basic level, we can just drop our shadow in. And that is positively defining the boundaries of that shape. I'm cleaning my brush out and then blotting it a little bit so it's not like sopping wet. And then I'm going to come in and just soften the edge, the top edge of that shape that I've just defined. And I'm giving it some curvature, as you can see, right? So I'm curving it around as I bring it up. So I'm softening the edge and curving it as I bring it up and around. We're not going to worry ourselves too much about like the shadows and the lights bouncing around. We're just trying to get the basics here. I will say this, your actual darkest, your core shadow is right in here, and then it's a little bit lighter along this edge because there's going to be light bouncing off the table back onto it or whatever it's seated on. Don't worry about that right now. If you can focus on a nice dark bottom right that softly grades up and then is light up here, you've achieved what you're after. So we have positively formed our sphere there. And then this is where the negative painting piece comes in. We're going to negatively shape our highlight. So we've already got the white of the paper, that's as bright as we can get. By adding paint around that highlight, we can create a stronger light because the darker we go, and you'll see I'm picking up more pigment here and going straight from my pigment, the darker that we go right by that highlight, the brighter that highlight's going to pop out because it's all relative, right? And you can actually practice the same thing that we did with the gradation here if you want to grade out your background and not have it just be one flat color. It's totally up to you. It's always a good practice to just take the opportunities to mess with water and pigment control. But the darker we make it right here, the brighter our highlight's going to pop out. And then the last thing we have to keep in mind is because the light is coming down, it's hitting our sphere, it's blocking all the light here, which is why it's dark. The last thing we have to keep in mind is that it's then going to cast a shadow, and it's going to cast a shadow right where the light is not being able to hit. So the shadow is going to go out and to the right. And there are all kinds of different, things out there about perspective and how, like where the edges of this thing should be. I'm just sort of eyeballing it roughly with where my light is. So if my light is coming down and it's hitting this thing, it's going to come out to about like that. The steeper the angle, the longer the shadow, the higher the angle, the shorter the shadow. Think about it like where's your light source and then where is your sphere, right? So if it's on the same plane, then you're just kind of going out in a line, right? And so our light is up here, and we could kind of trace lines out along this edge and along this edge, right? Roughly. As our light comes down, hits this thing, gets blocked by it, and that's what creates the shadow.